All right, how's it going? This is my second video I'm doing for my channel. You'll notice I have a friend with me in the studio here. This is Adrian. He's my friend. He's a good friend. Anyway, I figured today, this is something I've been doing recently, and I found it super helpful in writing sessions, in any type of creation area, if you're trying to get drum ideas down really quick. Sometimes you'll hear certain rhythms in your head, or you'll be in the creation process and kind of be like, I can't really get that mode to happen, or get that feeling out. And a lot of times too, like, people will have like Battery, for example, which is great. You can kind of just click out drum sequences. But if you don't have that and you just have Logic, so this is for Logic X users only, and I think there's something similar in Ableton called Drum Racks. But for Logic X users, there's what's called Drum Machine Designer. And I have found that super helpful very recently. So if you look at the screen here, I've opened up Logic, and this is just a blank template, and all I've done is track in a new software instrument track. That's it. So from here, I'm going to change it, because right now it's on electric piano. I'm going to change it to Drum Machine Designer right down here at the bottom. Now, when Drum Machine Designer comes up, this is what it looks like. And if you just hit, so for example, I'll just hit a few different keys on my MIDI keyboard here. We have a kick. Bunch of different drum sounds. With this click over here on the far left corner, I'm not sure what this is called, library. Oh, look at that. Here are a good group of kits that come with Logic already when you download the software. I've used these all the time for percussions and a bunch of different things. But to expand on that, it's like, as a producer for me, I'll have sounds that I put together that I like to use. So I use Splice all the time. I'll download just one-shot drum samples, and I'll load them into my own custom bank. Now, there's tons of videos online on how to create a custom bank. So, you know, I'm not going to go through necessarily on the creating of custom ones and all that. But I will show you that in my sounds, I have a few different kits that I've made. So one that I use a lot is this Corey Trap 2, I believe is the right one. Thank you. So you have a kick, 808, and these are all samples that I've had, and you can see the names on them here, I guess. So if you have Splice, you can just go download them. So if you want to create a drum rhythm, let's just say we're going to 160 beats per minute, so I'll change that. I have these loaded up. You can see that on C1 on the keyboard. So C1 is this kick. Then D#1 is this snare, so I'm going to use these two. So you just press R to record. So then we essentially have our first initial groove that we do. If we double click on the MIDI box here, we get this piano roll, which you can then maximize, and we can look at the MIDI notes that we have. So now I'm going to go over to our time quantize. I'll quantize them to a 16th. So now not perfect, so we'll fix the notes that aren't. And then I can just copy over that rhythm. So then we have the basis of a drum loop. So now if I go to, we have a hi-hat here. So if I just add a simple hi-hat, I can do the same thing again. I'm just going to go to the beginning of the project. I'm going to press R. Now Logic automatically combines those together. I'm going to go back in here. I'll quantize to a 16th note, and maybe with these hats, I'll just see there's options here on the left for swing. So maybe a C swing doesn't really do anything. I didn't think it would, but sometimes it does some cool stuff. Yet again, we have now, if you go through and use just like the stock kits that come with it, you're going to have way more sounds than if you create your own. But with these, I have a few different ones. So maybe it will add in a few different things. I'll just add in the open hi-hat on the second snare. So essentially after that, you have a very quick and easy foundation of a drum groove. This one's kind of a short and sweet video, but after that, you can kind of continue on in the creation process.